Hey guys, how's it going? So I have more breaking news, and this is coming from Wayne County, Michigan, and this concerns the election certification. Now, if you remember, the night before last on this channel, I put out a video within a couple hours of it breaking saying, look, they're in a deadlock in Wayne County, Michigan. The Board of Canvassers, which has 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans, they would not agree to certify. The 2 Republicans were saying no, and they were citing irregularities, they were citing errors, and they just weren't comfortable. And I can understand why, considering how crazy everything's been with these voting machines. But I put the video out, I did it as a premiere, and while I was airing it, just literally the time it took from the news breaking for me to read, research, upload, you guys were already coming in the live chat saying, hey dude, sorry, but the news has changed. The 2 Republicans ended up changing their vote and going with the Democrats. And indeed, the election has been certified in Wayne County, Michigan. So why did they do that? Well, I'm going to give you guys a hint. Keep watching because it's about to change again. They didn't just resend their votes because they wanted to go with the Democrats. They still saw the irregularities. They did not want to certify. However, the Skype meeting that they were using, everything's social distance now. It's all part of this virus. And this virus is part of the plan for why this election has gone the way it has. And I think you guys already know that. So they were doing it over Skype. And basically these people were pouring in. These were Antifa members. These were commies. These are just terrible people trying to totally upend this election and the United States of America, in my opinion. And they came in there and they started threatening them like crazy, doxing them. I'm going to leave a couple links down in the description of this video from Gateway Pundit showing some of these, in my opinion, crazy people. I mean, these people were mean. They started threatening them. They started doxing them. One of the ladies that's on the board even stating where her children go to school, the name of the high school, the name of their kids, just completely doxing them and trying to send an army of Antifa and commies after them and threatening them. Well, this put them under so much duress that temporarily, okay, as of yesterday, it seemed that the votes were going to be certified. Now, this happened basically in the middle of the night, and I'm reading an updated article that was last updated at 4:31 a.m., and this is from Local 4, click on Detroit. It says 2 Wayne County Board of Canvassers trying to rescind vote certification. 2 Republicans on the Wayne County Board of Canvassers are trying to rescind their vote to certify the country's presidential election results. According to the New York Times, Monica Palmer and William Hartman signed affidavits in an effort to rescind their yes votes Wednesday evening. In affidavits obtained by the Washington Post, Palmer said the Wayne County election had serious process flaws which deserve investigation. I continue to ask for information to assure Wayne County voters that these elections were conducted fairly and accurately. And then it goes on to say, Hartman said in an affidavit, late in the evening, I was enticed to agree to certify based on the promise that a full and independent audit would take place. I would not have agreed to the certification but for the promise of the audit. So he's saying he was enticed. The other lady was literally just doxxed, like telling the personal information about her family. Basically, you guys can watch the footage yourself, but enticing people, it looks like to me inciting a riot. I believe this is criminal, and I can't believe all these people have not been arrested yet. Very, very dangerous, threatening stuff that happened to these 2 ballot canvassers the night before last. So it goes on to say, the board vice chairman, Jonathan Kinloch, told the New York Times the vote was final, the vote was binding. He went on to say you can't leave and then decide after a meeting adjourned that you want to decide from your living room that you don't like the vote and sign something that says you're under duress. We're always under attack. So he's saying they're not going to be able to rescind their yes votes. I'm not so sure, though, because they didn't just vote on their free will. There is something called doing something under duress, meaning you're not willingly doing it, but if somebody's threatening acute violence against you and your family, which from what I saw of the footage, I believe those threats were definitely levied against them and their families. It goes on to say Hartman and Palmer voted not to certify the election results earlier this week before reversing course and certifying the results during the heated meeting. That's after all the threats got poured in from this Zoom meeting and Skype. Before the vote, Palmer said she would certify every community in Wayne County except Detroit. She did not speak to reporters following the meeting. And it says Palmer does plan to hold a news conference in the near future. The Michigan Board of State Canvassers has until November 23rd to certify the election. If they don't, it will go to court. December 8th is considered the safe harbor deadline for certification. Now keep in mind, if they can't certify Michigan, then those electoral votes are going to be kind of held up in limbo. And this gives Trump and his team and the many individual citizens that aren't even affiliated with the Trump campaign time to file lawsuits about investigations, sign affidavits, things that they've seen happen and occur that were unscrupulous, if not out and out, and probably illegal in many cases. So this was a good thing for this to be stalled, to make sure this is a free and transparent election, which many of us have now come to find out that it was not very transparent at all. Many allegations of fraud, and these all need to be able to play out through the proper channels and not just get brushed under the rug. It says Palmer, 40, is the Board of Canvassers chairperson. She's also a Grosse Pointe Woods political activist. An ethics complaint has been filed against her for her alleged conflict of interest due to work. The Wayne County Ethics Board is looking into it, so they're filing complaints on her. They doxed her family. They're doing literally just crazy stuff that I believe they should be able to rescind their vote, because they weren't able to act in their official capacity, and when there were people doxing their family and threatening to bring direct harm against them and their loved ones. So just to recap where we're at here, when I did the stream or premiere video the night before last, I was saying, guys, this is great news. They're deadlocked. They're not going to certify Wayne County, Michigan. This gives the legal teams more time to get everything going here to try to make sure these election results are legit, honest, and legal. See, all votes matter as long as they're legal. Legal votes count. This whole all votes count no matter what, that's a bunch of crap. That goes in the face of law. It goes in the face of the Constitution, and it goes in the face of this whole republic of the United States. So we definitely need time. Just as I was announcing that good news, you guys came in and said they've already changed it. They gave in. Well, since then, more information came out all throughout the night before last and into yesterday, how much they were doxxed, the violent threats against them, the crazy rants and antics that went on by the other side. These people are radicals. In my opinion, they appear to be Marxist, Antifa, just nasty people that literally bombarded them with direct threats and incitement of violence and many things against these two ballot canvassers. Well, under duress, they said, all right, we'll certify. We don't want our family to get killed or whatever they were afraid of. I can imagine how afraid they must have been with the rhetoric and violence that was going on. Now they're saying, no, we're taking back our votes. They calmed their nerves, whatever. And they said, no, we didn't really mean to vote yes to certify. We want to rescind those votes and still not certify and still keep everything locked up. Because what they want is investigations. They just want a proper audit, investigation of all these ballots in Wayne County, Michigan. And in my opinion, I think they should be able to rescind, because that's not the way it's supposed to work in this country. You're not supposed to be able to come in when people are voting in their official capacity, levy threats against their family, dox their family to get them to vote in a certain way. You know, people talk about Banana Republic. This is like what these military coups are all about, where they come in and use direct threats of force and hold guns to people's heads, or threats of actionable violence against family members to make them vote in certain ways. This is crazy. And you guys can watch the footage for yourselves, but that's what I think I saw happen the night before last, when they were voting to certify or to not certify these ballots in Wayne County, Michigan. So it's gone full circle. I almost did a video about this last night saying, sorry guys, my first video, it went bad. They've decided to certify. The Republicans went with the Democrats, but I had a feeling there was going to be more to this. So I'm getting this video right out right now. It's early in the morning. It's about 6 a.m. and as of an hour ago, that's where we stand with this. I'll leave the link to this story from the Detroit Free Press down in the description as well. You guys hang in there. A lot of people tell me, oh, you're nuts, you don't know what you're talking about. But I'm going to tell you one more time. This is not over yet. This is far from over. Right now, no matter what, Donald J. Trump is still the president. And I wouldn't be so certain that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are going to get installed, because There's stuff breaking by the minute. And let's just hope we can get to the bottom of it and have a fair, accurate election result. Alright, thanks for watching, and have a good one.